And good evening and welcome. It's time for high school basketball from Weslaco, Texas. And tonight it is going to be Weslaco East, the Wildcats, and they are going to be hosting from Brownsville, the Lopez Lobos. Now, the Lobos, they have not won a game yet this season, but they've been very competitive in the first half. One of the reasons they've really been hit hard by COVID and some grade problems. But again, this is a team that works hard, and they are going to do their very best. Meanwhile, Weslaco East, they are 10-6 overall, and they are 5-4 in district. So we expect to see a good game tonight. One player to look for the Lobos is Marco Cuello. He is averaging about 30 points a game, just a sophomore. They have a very young team too. That is key. And again, we expect to see starting for them Mario Vargas, 0. Cuello, number 2. Ray Martinez, number 3. Jacob Romero, he is number 4. And Jacob Cortinas, and he is number 34. And we'll give you the Weslaco East players as time permits. Mauro Mendoza, a junior, is one of the starters, and it is going to be East with the ball first. Also Gael Romo, a sophomore. He's at point guard, and he's out there right now. And again, ball being passed around. We see Nacho Aranda, a junior, a shooting guard, and the ball goes up, and it's no good. And that was Caleb Escamilla, number 5. And he happens to be a point guard and a junior. And coming back, here is the ball right now. And excuse me, that time I actually gave you Lopez's people, but we'll get it straight. First time I've seen these teams. Now we actually do have Weslaco with the ball, and they are going to move it around. And again, we gave you some of their players, but on the wrong side. But again, we are going to see a drive to the baseline, and that was number 21, Gianni Barrera. And now ball put up and in, a three-pointer. So very quickly we see the Wildcats get out to a 3-0 lead, and they are pressuring in the backcourt, and the ball will come down. And with it is Cuello, and ball is shot up, and it is no good that time by Vargas. Rebounded, put up, and missed a one-handed shot. No good by Martinez. Good work on the offensive boards. And finally, it is put in that time by Vargas. So the Wildcats are now ahead 3-2. They are in the uniforms with the white and the black numerals. The dark black uniforms with some gold trim. That happens to be Lopez. Now a three-point shot put up off the mark that time by Aranda. Nacho misses the shot, and back up court, here comes the Lopez Lobos. Three-point shot. It is off the mark. No good that time. Fight for the rebound, and it is picked up by the Wildcats. Last shot missed by Romero, Jacob Romero, and now at the other end of the court we do have a whistle. So we'll have to see if we have a foul or does it just go out of bounds. It is going to be the possession of the Lobos. Again, early going, 6:09 remaining, just a couple minutes in, and the Wildcats are leading 3-2. Putting the pressure on in the backcourt, double teamed, but they break it. Here comes the Lobos, and ball knocked away by Mario Vargas, and we are going to have a whistle, and I believe we are going to have our first foul of the game. We do, and it is going to be against Weslaco. Gianni Barrera, he's a senior, number 21. So that is the first team foul. First foul against anybody 2 minutes into the ball game. And it's a non-shooting foul, I believe, so it's going to be inbounded this time. And it will be Mario Vargas getting in the ball as we see the Lobos moving toward our left. And as the ball comes in, we are going to have another foul. And it was Cuello who was fouled, and very quickly we see Gianni Barrera picking up 2 fouls. Quickly we see East bringing the ball down the court, and they'll move it around the perimeter. Again, they've done a nice job on defense tonight. See if they can get things going offensively. Again, they in district are 5-4. Now the ball will go inside, driving in the lane and losing control of the ball is Avery Bowen. He is a strong forward. He's a senior. And now we see here comes the Lobos. The baseline shot put up, no good, but there's going to be a foul, and I believe that's going to be against Nacho Aranda, shooting guard. He's a junior. And we see going to the line right now is Cuello. We talked about him scoring, averaging about 30 points a game. So for Aranda, that's going to be his first, team's third. So far, no fouls against the Lobos. First shot put up, and it's good through the net. And we're going to have a substitution coming in first of the night. And we see Daniel Flores, a senior shooting guard, comes in. And he comes in for Gianni Barrera, the gentleman that has 2 fouls. Barrera, a senior shooting guard and a point guard. Second shot is also good. So we see Cuello hits both free throws. And right now, Lobos are ahead 4-3. We talked about how they play good in the first half, just don't have the numbers. And by the second half, they begin to wear down a little bit. Ball being passed around the perimeter. And now a turnaround shot is no good, but we're going to have a foul. And it was Reggie Gomez, a sophomore. Post player, put it up, and he's going to go to the line. And picking up that foul is Jacob Cortinas, a sophomore, number 34. It's going to be the first foul against the Lobos 3 minutes into the game. And first free throw attempt is good by Gomez. So now we have a tie scored 4-all. 4:59 remaining here in the first quarter. Second shot is going to go up, and it's off the front of the rim, but it is rebounded. A nice job over there, Bowen with the rebound. So we see the ball will be still in the possession of the Wildcats. Gael Romo, the sophomore point guard, puts it up north of the circle. No good, goes out of bounds. Nobody touched it, so the ball will now go over to the Lobos. They will inbound it. And again, matchup zone played mostly by East. Last shot up, no good by Jacob Cortinas. Very quickly on transition, here comes East. Ball goes loose, but it is picked up and put in that time by Avery Bowen. So now the Wildcats lead 6-4, maybe their first lead of the night. 4:17, clock running here in the first quarter. Now ball goes out of bounds. And our officials, by the way, are Eddie Ramos, Felipe Rivera, and Jerry Diaz. Talked to the gentleman before the game. Enjoyed our conversation. So now Cuello has it, and he will go into the lane, and we know why he gets all those points. Nice moves. Nice drive, and he lays it up and in. Got a little acceleration as he went to the basket. So it's all tied up at 6, under 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. I'm Scott Harrison, and this is a K-West production, of course. Glad to be here sitting in for Joey tonight. Let's see what goes on here. East going to try to get it down low, and they do, and that was very nice. Ball went inside. Bowen got it over to Gomez, and Reggie put it in. So the Wildcats are now ahead 8-6. 3:30 remaining, opening quarter, and the clock is running. Let us see what the Lobos do this time. Of course, we found out, play a 1-3-1 and 2-3 zone quite a bit of the time on defense. But obviously right now they're on offense. And driving in the lane is Vargas. And he tries to get down to Cortinas, goes out of bounds off Cortinas' hands. And the ball will now be the Wildcats once again following the turnover. Again, Lobos drop back into the zone. And they will try to see if they can force an outside shot. They do. It's off the mark, but rebounded, put up, no good, but we are going to have a foul. First shot put up by Gomez. Then Aranda put it up, and he is fouled, so he will go to the line. And it's going to be a shooting foul. And this foul is going to be against Cortinas. It is going to be his second, team's second, so he has both fouls so far for his team. 2:50 remaining here in the first quarter. First shot up is good, and we're going to have a substitution. And as expected, Cortinas goes off. Also going off is Romero. And in the game, we see J.J. Hernandez, number 5, a sophomore. And we'll try to catch up with the other player in just a moment. Second shot put up, and it's also good. Other player that just came in is a freshman, number 35, Angel Ramirez for the Lobos. So the Wildcats have their biggest lead of the night, 10-6. Approaching 2:40 remaining here in the opening quarter. And nice spin move. Wild shot. It is rebounded, though, by the Lobos. Back on top. Vargas has it. Vargas sends it out in the perimeter. A long three-point shot right of the circle. No good that time. Taken by Cuello. And back comes East very fast in transition. Now it'll be slowed down by Aranda. Ignacio is his name, but everybody calls him Nacho. And that time, shot put up is no good by Daniel Flores. Fight for it underneath. And it is still the possession of the Wildcats. So crashing the boards well on offense that time, Weslaco East. They are working the perimeter right now. Gomez with it. Now over to Bowen. Drops it back to Flores. Driving in the lane. And putting up a one-hander. No good that time, but the rebound is put up and in. No good by Aranda. But Bowen puts it up and in, and it's going to be a three-point play the old-fashioned way as Bowen goes to the line. He's a senior, post player, strong forward. And that foul is going to be against Cuello, his first, team's third. And so the three-point play is good. Substitution coming in. Caleb Escamilla is in now. And going off is Gael Romo. Escamilla also a point guard. He's a junior, wears number 5. Once back on the attack, or once again on the attack, is the Lobos. But there is a traveling call. It goes back over now to Weslaco East. Coming off the floor, we see, I believe, Escamilla. I'll double check. Coming on is Gianni Barrera. Has a couple fouls. Now ball is lost. Gomez loses it. Back come the Lobos, but now they lose it, and there's going to be a fight for it, and it's going to be a jump ball. And it's going to go over to Weslaco East. Nice job there by East, by Barrera, fighting for the ball. And his team is rewarded with a possession. Lopez Lobos from Brownsville drop back on defense. And East brings the ball up court. Ball almost knocked into the back court by Cuello, guarding Escamilla. Now long shot taken from the outside, off the mark that time. Missing the shot was Barrera. Cuello rebounds it, and he'll bring it up court. Now we'll dump it off to his teammate, Ray Martinez. Back over to Cuello. Cuello can't get in the lane. We'll send it out. And a long three-pointer is no good, but a foul, so it looks like we are going to see Cuello coming to the line. And that foul is going to be against Barrera, who just came back in. That's going to be his third. Team's fourth, so he has 3 out of the 4 fouls so far for Weslaco East. First shot up is good by Cuello. Cuello getting ready for his second shot. (13-7) the Wildcats lead. Just 31.6 seconds. Second shot is good. And we see Barrera going off after that foul. Nacho Aranda, the junior shooting guard, comes back in. Cuello getting ready to put it up again. And it is good. So now 13-9, the Wildcats lead. Now we do see pressure in the backcourt by the Lobos, but the Wildcats break it. Nice job getting into the front court over to Gomez. We'll see if they work for the last shot. Aranda gets it over now to Escamilla. And he will drive, now kicks it into the corner to Aranda. And driving the lane is Aranda. Puts it up. goes out of bounds. And it is going to be the Lobos ball. Just 4 seconds remaining. And Quayle will drive, puts it up, no good. And we have played 1 quarter of play. And it is the Weslaco East Wildcats. They are now leading the Brownsville Lopez Lobos 13-9. Want to mention our head coaches tonight. Eric Quintero, he is the head coach of the Lobos. I want to also give a nice thank you to Cynthia Wareham, one of his assistants. She spent some time with me before the game telling me about the team. Similarly, I want to thank Felipe Sid. He was very helpful to me, telling me about the Weslaco East squad prior to the tip-off. So again, the Lobos had the lead early, but we saw a player get into foul trouble for them. Or actually, we saw a player get in foul trouble for East, Gianni Barrera. But the Lobos, they really can't afford players to get into foul trouble. On their roster, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. 10 players listed on their roster. Teams getting ready to come back on the court. Wildcats lead at 13-9 after 1 quarter. We're here at Weslaco East. East 5-4 in district, 32-6A matchup. Lobos looking for their first win overall this season. I understand, I believe they beat Porter, but there was an eligible player, so they had to forfeit that game, so they wait. Now, shot taken, no good in the lane by Vargas, and it is rebounded by Bowen. Bowen going coast to coast, then decides to pull up, passes it out, and shot taken outside is no good by Mendoza. With the rebound, here comes the Lobos. With it right now is their top scorer, Marco Quayle. Shot put up, no good. Goes out of bounds, will be possession of Weslaco East. Glad to have everybody aboard tonight, enjoying our broadcast. I know it's limited for fans to come out to games, but we are happy to present it to you. Ball goes in the lane, and no good. Tipped up again, no good. A couple chances for Morero. Mendoza can't get it in. Goes out of bounds to the Lobos. Again, try to use a one-handed tip-in, could not do it. So the Lobos are back on offense, trailing right now by 4. Long shot put up, no good by Vargas. And coming down with the rebound is Jaime Garaga, a post player, junior. And he will put it up and in. Nice touch near the free throw line, maybe just to the left of it. So Garaga comes in, gets a couple points right away, makes it 15-9. Not yet 2 minutes into the second quarter. And ball is lost out of bounds. Errant pass. J.J. Hernandez tries to get it over to his teammate, but ball is thrown away. So we'll see Nacho Aranda get ready to inbound the ball. Right now, a little delay while a shoe is tied out there by Romo. And Romo, sophomore point guard, will get it in. Now Flores has it. Down to Bowen in the corner. And nice work this time by Cariaga getting in there and muscling in for the basket. Remember, he just hit a jumper. Now he gets another basket so quickly. Just a couple minutes in to this quarter, he has 4 points. Ball tipped away. And nice hustle. It's going to be put up. No good the first time, but Cariaga gets now 6 straight points for Weslaco. First shot was missed by Romo, but he was there strong underneath to make the play. And now he blocks a shot He is on fire here. He is going down the court, and he is fouled. So this young man has scored 6 straight points. Got one from the outside, now just strong underneath. And let's see what he does from the foul line. Can hit it down low, can hit it from the outside. And he's a big body out there, biggest player out there for sure. Barrera getting ready to come back into the game with his 2 fouls. Also, Josh Cantarinas, number 10, a junior. They will both check in for East. First foul shot is no good. By the way, the last foul was against Cuello, his second. And remember, he's our top scorer. Coming off right now is Bowen and also Mendoza, the substitutions for Weslaco East. Second free throw is good. And was that about 7 straight points for him? So back down the court. Here comes the Lobos. And a shot is put up, no good. And now goes out of bounds. It's going to be Weslaco ball. Some pressure this time put on by the Lobos, but pressure is broken. Got into the front court to Barrera. Now it's going to be put up and in. Pass goes over to Romo, and he gets 2 points. So nice run here. I believe something like 9 points at least for the Wildcats here in the quarter, in the first 3 minutes. And they built their lead to 23-9. Overall, I guess it's about 10 points because I believe they led 13-9 going into this quarter. So in this quarter alone, they are on a 10-0 run, and we played just over 3 minutes. Nice double teaming done by Weslaco. And now ball is knocked away. And here come the Wildcats down the court. 3-point shot put up off the back of the rim. No good by Contaras, but the Wildcats will keep possession. And with the ball is Barrera now underneath. It's put up, no good the first time. And then up and in by who else? Garriaga. And he's got to have something like maybe 9 points in this quarter. I haven't been keeping official score, but we'll check at halftime. He is playing very well, very big out there in more ways than one. And so now it is a 25-9 lead for the Wildcats midway through the quarter. And we see Garriaga goes out. Another big man comes in. And that is Aston Guajardo. He's a sophomore, seen his first action. He's among the substitutions for the Wildcats. Lobos have it. It is Vargas. He's listed as a senior. Remember, a young team. Not much experience out there. We've got sophomores and freshmen playing for the Lobos a lot. Ball being passed outside. Again, Lobos still looking for, as well as I can remember, their first points of the quarter. And we're approaching the 3-minute mark, almost 5 minutes into it. Now, shot put up, and that breaks the streak. It is good from the outside. I believe that's Jaime Quintero that got that. All right, stolen away, and one-handed shot is no good. Taken that time by Aranda. Goes out of bounds over to the Lobos. 25-12. Wildcats have outscored their opponents 12-3 in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. And again, overall have a 13-point lead, 25-12. And we're going to have a turnover back to the Wildcats. Coming in as Escamilla. And also, I believe we have some other changes too. We'll try to get to them as we can. We do see Barrera coming off. Remember, he has the 2 fouls. And out there we see Coach Rodriguez yelling out to his squad, making sure they know what to do. Ball being passed around the perimeter right now. 2-3 zone for the Lobos. Ball back on top. Again, just maybe waiting for an opening, maybe trying to get it down low, but mostly just being passed around. Now, cross-court pass goes to Aranda. He will get it down low to the low post, but a triple team on his teammate. Finally, an outside shot taken, and it is no good by Escamilla. But a turnover to Weslaco East. Back into the game, Cariaga. Remember, he had all those points. He has about 9, I think, in this quarter. This time, though, he loses the pass in the lane. Jaime loses it. And back over to the Lobos. Long shot taken and misses everything. Goes out of bounds to Weslaco. Coming in is Daniel Flores. And going out is Aranda. So the Wildcats will bring it up. Under 2 minutes remaining. 4 fouls for the Wildcats. 5 so far for the Lobos. Ball being passed back and forth. Almost lost that time as it went to Escamilla. And we're going to have a whistle and going to have a foul. A little push there. And that foul was against Mario Vargas. His second, team 6th. Neither team in the bonus yet. And we have 90 seconds remaining. But East will have the ball as they inbound it after the foul. A little baseline pass missed twice by Contreras and also by Garriega. Now down at the other end. Nice touch off the glass. And 2 more points for the visitors. Angel Ramirez, a freshman wearing number 35, got that basket. Underneath. Nice move by J.J. Hernandez, putting up the one-handed shot. Showed some athleticism there. 27-14, under a minute remaining. At the other end, Garriaga gets it, passes it down quickly. Ball over to Flores. Now we're going to see it go out, and is it going to stay in? Yes. Nice hustle to save it from going out of bounds by Escamilla. Just 30 seconds remaining. 13-point lead right now for the Wildcats, 27-14. We see no pressure. Lobos back in their 2-3 zone. As it appears, Weslaco East will be going for the final shot. Escamilla has it. Gets it over to Flores. Flores guarded that time by Vargas. Ball goes out of bounds. Vargas knocks it out. And it still will be Weslaco East ball. And we see a substitution. Reggie Gomez comes in for Garriaga. Ball inbounded, and the three-pointer no good from the right side by Flores. Daniel Flores, senior shooting guard, misses it. And that is going to be the end of the first 2 quarters of play. It is a 13-point lead for the Weslaco East Wildcats, the home team, 32-6A action. And from Brownsville, the Lopez Lobos, they have 14. So we will be back with the second half in about 10 minutes. My name is Scott Harrison, and this is a K-West production. And we're back once again. I'm Scott Harrison. This is a K-West production. We are in Weslaco, Texas at Weslaco East High School. This is 32-6A district action. And tonight it is the host team leading the visitors from Brownsville, the Lopez Lobos. And the score is 27-14. Wildcats, basically a balanced game. I think they had 13 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter. For the Lobos, they had 9 in the first quarter, only 5 points in the second quarter for the Lobos so far. Mario Vargas has 2 points. Marco Cuello has 7. Remember, he's their leading scorer, usually averaging 30. J.J. Hernandez, 3, and Angel Ramirez, 2. Meanwhile, for Weslaco East, we see that Gael Romo has 2, and Nacho Aranda, 5. Caleb Escamilla has 2. Also, Avery Bowen, 5. But the big guy, Jaime Garriaga, he had 10 coming all in the second quarter. So Weslaco East misses the first shot of the second half, 30 seconds in. And now we will see what Brownsville can do. And they are moving toward our right. They have the black uniforms with the yellow trim and numerals. And they start off well. We talked about Cuello. So he is in double-digit scoring. We talked about he averages about 30 a game. Well, he has 3 points. So now it is a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. 7:17 remaining here in the third quarter, 27-17. And the Wildcats will get ready to inbound the ball. It'll be Avery Bowen. He's one of the post players, but Garriaga, what a second quarter. We saw him do it from the outside, from the free throw line, from inside. We saw him strong on defense, so a very strong game for him. Didn't play that many minutes, but while he was out there, definitely makes the most of his time. And again, he is a junior. Ball being passed around. Now outside shot considered by Romo. We're going to try to get it down low. Double teamed we see down there is Gomez, and he is going to be fouled. So that will be the first foul of the second half. It's going to be against the Lobos, 6:45 remaining. And that foul is going to be against Jacob Romero. Going to be his first, obviously team first here in the second half. Only 9 players for the Lobos, and one player that was not on the roster we want to recognize, Damian Montelugo, and he did play some. He wears number 11. We were trying to find out who he was at halftime. We were nice enough to get that information. So he is one of the 9 players, again, mostly freshmen, sophomores. And now a muscle-in shot is missed, and we'll see if East can keep it. It goes out of bounds. Nice try underneath initially by Reggie Gomez, a sophomore post player, but goes out of bounds and will be the possession of the Lobos. Only 3 points so far with the first 2 minutes was Cuello with that 3-point shot. So East still trying to see if they can get some points, but it's going to be a few moments at least, because right now with the ball is Cuello. He takes a long three-pointer off the front of the rim, and finally it is going to be brought up by Josh Contreras, and he will take a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounds his own shot, puts it up from the foul line, no good. Ball is loose, and finally, well, we see Contreras comes up with it again. So he's been hustling out there, offensively and defensively. And we are going to have timeout on the court. 5:33 remaining. Third quarter, Wildcats leading 27-17. And, you know, I want to mention this. Recently I was up at NRG Stadium before the end of the football season seeing the Texans play, and they have a wall where all the state champions are listed. And at that time, they still had the listing for 2019. Well, Westlake, Drew Brees' school, was one of the state champions. And, of course, on the way to the state championship, they beat, I believe it was in the third round in San Antonio, they beat Weslaco East. But it's still pretty cool that Weslaco East is recognized on the wall there at NRG Stadium. Again, they have all the high school state champions of 2019 at that time, and they have the whole schedule of who they played in the final scores. And, of course, since Westlake, they played against Weslaco East and, again, beat them in San Antonio. Miserable evening, if you remember that game. Well, anyhow, Weslaco East was recognized at least for a while. I guess they'll put the new champs up. I know Westlake won the state championship again in January. That's how long it took in this COVID era. But now let's see what's going to happen on the court. 5:33 remaining here in the third quarter. And the Wildcats, they lead from Brownsville, the Lobos of Lopez, 27-17. A lot of their fans have come out tonight. Glad to always see visiting fans at any game as well as the home fans. Weslaco East has the ball following the timeout. They still have 4 timeouts, 5 for the visitors. And I'm sure the coach was talking to them, Rodriguez, about the fact that, we're already 3 minutes in and still no scores. We maybe got to focus a little more on what we're doing on offense. So we'll see what happens following that timeout. 3-point shot taken, and it is off the mark by Flores and going to be rebounded. And coming down court is Vargas, and he is going to be fouled from behind by Gianni Barrera. I believe that's going to be his third. He is number 21, a senior, shooting guard, point guard. Actually, it's going to be his fourth. So he is in foul trouble. That is the first team foul against Weslaco. 4:54 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll see if he comes out, and he has. So we'll see if the shot can be made, and it is. It's put up. I believe it was Vargas. He gets a three-pointer. So a couple of shots made, a couple of three-pointers, I believe. And now it is 27-19. East back on the attack, seeing what they can do. Again, so far, we are halfway through the third quarter, and we see the Lobos have outscored Weslaco East 6-0. Keep in mind, usually because they've only got like 9 players on the roster, it is the Lobos that struggle in the second half. Now another outside shot, this time off the mark again from the left side is Mauro Mendoza, a junior shooting guard. And we have a whistle, and it's going to be a foul, loose ball foul against East. And this foul is going to be against Avery Bowen. It's going to be his first, team's second. And now timeout is called on the court by the Lobos. So we have exactly 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And it is the Wildcats 27, the Lobos 19. And it's good to be back here in the Valley. I've actually was working for Sirius XM Radio last week. Didn't get to do the game. Want to thank Joey and everybody for filling in. I was up doing some stuff at the Senior Bowl and got to see a lot of good players over there. And I know a lot of them trying to get those pro careers. I remember in the game, Michael Carter had a good game for North Carolina. But the guy that really had a good game started off a rough first quarter, but was Kellen Mond, the quarterback for Texas A&M. He wound up being the most valuable player of the Senior Bowl up in Mobile, all right? Had a big third quarter, threw a couple touchdown passes, also threw for a 2-point conversion, and also ran for one. So his team was trailing 13-0 in that after the second quarter, but he got them to a 16-13 lead, 16 unanswered points for his team, but unfortunately his team, I believe they were American squad, they lost 27-24. But still, congratulations to Callan Mond, quarterback of Texas A&M, for that great performance. Well, we are going to see the teams back on the court. Wildcats lead 27-19, midway through the third quarter, seeing if they can get their first points. But now, a mental mistake, a traveling call. So the ball will go back over to the Lobos. And again, I don't want to keep mentioning this, but only 9 players on the team, young players, but they have showed some athleticism and they do hustle. But this time, throw the ball away. Not sure who it was aimed at, but it'll go back to the Wildcats, who are moving toward our left. And we are going to see Jaime Garriaga come back in. Remember, he had 10 points in the second quarter. He comes in for Reggie Gomez, number 24. So maybe Garriaga can light things up. Try to get the Wildcats back on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. And we see a running jumper put up. It is no good by Avery Bowen, who had 5 points in the first half. And he is going to be charged with an offensive foul. Maybe ran into somebody after he released the ball. It's going to be his second. Wildcats third. One so far for the Lobos. 3:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Lobos moving toward our right. Shot taken, and it's off the backboard. It is no good that time by Cortinas. Rebounded by Mendoza. Ball is out of bounds, but still remains the possession of Weslaco East. And Nacho Aranda will bring it up, a junior. And he gets it over to Daniel Flores. Now Bowen has it, back to Flores in the corner. Baseline jumper is off the mark by Mendoza. Fight for the ball, and it looks like it's Aranda who strips it away, puts up a shot, maybe partially blocked, goes out of bounds, and it is the Lobos' ball. Things just going their way here in the third quarter. Our officials, by the way, Eddie Ramos, Felipe Rivera, and Jerry Diaz. A nice gentlemen. Enjoyed talking to them, as we mentioned earlier before the game. So back up court, here come the Lobos. Long shot taken, in and out. Fight for the rebound. I believe that shot was taken by Escamilla. Goes out of bounds, and we'll see who has possession. Again, like we say, is going the Lobos' way. They have the possession. They're getting the breaks right now. But now that ball is tipped away, and even that time, even the block goes over to the Lobos. Flores tipped it, but it goes back to the Lobos. And now we're going to have a whistle and going to have a foul. It's going to be against Weslaco East. Bowen picks up his third, team's fourth, and Bowen will come out of the game. Ball is inbounded. Now a fadeaway jumper from the baseline is no good that time. It's missed by Jacob Cortinas. And back the other way comes Weslaco East. And nice pass underneath. Wow, that was nice. It was Moro Mendoza getting it down to Garriega, and he is fouled. So from the field, we have 2:22 remaining here in the third quarter. No points so far for Weslaco from the field, but this is going to be their first chance from the foul line in the third quarter, and that ball will not go in. By the way, the foul is against Cortinas. It is going to be his third, team's second. So another foul shot goes up, and it's missed too. It's missed, but rebound is gotten by Aranda, but we have a whistle, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to be against Cortinas. And finally, a basket. Cortinas fourth. So we see Weslaco finally getting on the scoreboard. Just about 2 minutes remaining. Now a steal and another quick basket by Aranda. So it is 31-19. 4 quick points after a 6-0 run to begin the quarter for the Lobos. Rebound is put up, no good. Missed by Vargas. And here comes Aranda bringing the ball up for Weslaco. Shot from the corner, off the rim, is missed. Fight for the ball. Contreras put it up. Ball will go out. Will go to Lopez. And we see Flores is going off. And now the Lobos look like they threw it away. I believe that was J.J. Hernandez who just came into the ball game. So maybe now momentum has changed now that a couple shots have been made by Weslaco. They've been outscored so far 6-4 in this quarter. And the ball is out of bounds to Weslaco. Again, 90 seconds remaining. And it is inbounded by Aranda. Back out is Mendoza. Taking their time. trying to find that right shot. Romo at the point. Passes it over to Cantares. Now fighting down low is Carriaga, and he is fouled. 1:10 remaining here in the third quarter. It's going to be a non-shooting foul. It's against Romero, his second, team's fifth. 4-team fouls so far in the second half against Weslaco. And a nice move toward the inside by Carriaga. Misses the shot. And back up court comes the Lobos. Almost lose the ball. It was saved from going out that time by Hernandez. And we are going to have timeout on the court. 53.3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And it is the Wildcats. They are leading 31-19 over the Lopez Lobos of Brownsville. We talked before the game with one of the assistant coaches, Cynthia Warham, and one thing she did tell me about the Lobos, they have not won a game yet, but she says they are getting better every game. So she's encouraged. She said, don't go just by our record. Go by the fact that our players, they go out, they give effort. We have low numbers, we have young players, but they are playing hard, and we have seen that here in the second half. As we mentioned, they have outscored Weslaco, I believe, 6-4. But we'll see if they can get some more as they will inbound the ball in the front court. We're talking about the Lobos. Just 50 seconds remaining in this quarter. And a shot put up from the corner is off the mark by Cuello. He has 10 points in the game. Only player for his squad with double digits. But remember, we mentioned he is known for maybe getting 30 points in games. And he steals the ball. Goes out of bounds, and he will now inbound it. Marco Cuello, just a sophomore, wears number 2. 37 seconds remaining. And the Wildcats lead 31-19. I believe Angel Ramirez, a player that's come in the game, very quickly brought down court, and a one-handed shot, no good by Vargas. Good athleticism, but coming up with a rebound is Mendoza, and there is going to be a chance for a layup. It is missed that time. I believe it was taken by Aranda. Now the shot is finally put up and in, and 33-19 is the score. So both teams have scored 6 points here in the third quarter. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be the Lobos ball. It's actually going to be the Wildcats ball, all right. 9.7 seconds remaining. They'll get a chance at one final shot, maybe trying to figure out what they want to do, so there'll be timeout on the court. Again, it is the Wildcats of Weslaco East over the visitors from Brownsville, the Lopez Lobos, 33-19. So right now, we see that the lead is 14 points for the Wildcats, same as it was at halftime. And again, both teams have hustled, but in the early going, I think there was under 3 minutes before we saw Weslaco East get any points, but they did get a couple quick baskets, and it seemed like the momentum had shifted to them. We'll have to see if they can keep it up. Maybe a big momentum maker if they can get this ball down quickly and score before the end of the quarter. Timeout has come to an end. Again, 33-19 Wildcats. They're up 9.7 seconds. So now we see that it's actually the Lobos that have the ball. And they will get it in, take a quick shot from the corner. In and out. It spins in and out that time. No good. We'll see if they get another chance. And they do. Cuello puts it up and in. First shot was missed by J.J. Hernandez. So actually in that quarter, we see that the Lobos outscore Weslaco 8-6. And after 3 quarters of play, it is the Wildcats leading the Lobos 33-21. So again, a lot of exciting action and a competitive game. Again, you see a team come in with no wins, and I guess, like I said, they, I believe, had a forfeit one game because of an eligible player, the one win they had. so you think it's going to be easy going, but not the case in the sense of the second half. We see that the Lobos are hanging in there, even with their numbers of not many players. So far, Cuello, I believe, is the leading scorer in the game. He had a total of 5 points in the third quarter, so he has 12 total. And also in double digits is Jaime Garriega. He has 10 points all in the first half for Weslaco East. We are ready for the fourth quarter of action, 32-6A district. And right now, it is the Wildcats of Weslaco East. They are up by 12 points over their guests from Brownsville, the Lopez Lobos, 33-21. The Lobos moving toward our right here in the fourth quarter. See if they can get something going. Hernandez with the ball. Now gets over to the new player, Damian Montelogo, number 11. And shot put up. And it's going to be good. And there's a foul. So that would mean 10-6 so far. We have seen the Lobos outscore Weslaco East in the second half. And that was by Vargas. And now he has 4 points in the game, going for his fifth. That foul, by the way, was against Gianni Barrera, the senior, and he fouls out of the game. I don't believe he had any points. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Nobody in the bonus yet. And against, again, Vargas going for his fifth point. Spins in and out, no good. And it is rebounded by Nacho Aranda. So back comes Weslaco, still with a double-digit lead at 33-23. About 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. We'll see if they can get it going. Will they go for the long shot? Will they try to get it inside this time? Driving the baseline, putting it up no good is Bowen. 5 points in the first half, but he's going to be going to the foul line now. And that foul is going to be against Angel Ramirez, who had 2 in the first half, a freshman. And he has his first personal foul. It is going to be the 6th team foul. And again, Bowen at the line. Bowen is a senior. First free throw off the front of the rim. So we'll see how he does with the second one. Getting ready to put it up. And it is good. So we see the first points of the second half, of the fourth quarter. We'll get this right sooner or later. First points for Weslaco with 7:23 remaining in regulation. Ball is out of bounds in front of the Lobos bench. And it is going to be Vargas inbounding the ball. Bowen is guarding him. And he will get it out over to his teammate Hernandez. JJ has it. JJ being guarded right now by Romo. Now ball is worked down low. And we see steps. Angel Ramirez trying to get that basket. Took one step too many in the lane, very obvious. So the turnover will go to Weslaco East. 1 minute in there, up 34-23, up by 11. At the other end, power move, no good by Garriaga. Fight for the ball. Bowen tried to get it. Finally, it is picked up by Vargas. Now Cuello has it, and again, he'll make one move too many in the lane. A little fancy footwork in the lane for the Lobos the last time. Looked nice, but one step too many, and that means a couple turnovers on the last 2 possessions going back to the Wildcats. Let's see if some of these turnovers lead to some momentum for Weslaco. Bowen has it. Now ball being passed around the perimeter, and one-handed shot is taken, no good. Bowen fights for the rebound, and I believe that last shot taken by Aranda. Ball will go out of bounds. Still going to be possession of the Lobos. Bowen fighting for it, but again, they will keep possession. And inbounding the ball will be Angel Ramirez. Again, one of those young players, just a freshman. We talked about the youth on their squad, and he tries to get it into Cuello. Gets knocked out of bounds by Contreras. He thought it should go over to Weslaco, but now For the third straight time, it's turned over. There's a traveling call on the third straight possession against the Lobos. The last two have been against Cuello. He's been called for traveling, their top scorer. This time he's called for traveling near midcourt. And here's Romo being guarded by Hernandez. Gets it into the front court. Bowen has it. Now the ball will go around the perimeter. Aranda has it. He's going to pass it into the corner now. Back to Bowen. High post right side. He goes in the lane and uses the glass to put it up and in. So first field goal for, I believe, Weslaco East here in the fourth quarter. 5:40 clock running. Wildcats now lead again 36-23. Again, we thought maybe those turnovers might lead to some momentum. This time, driving the lane is Ramirez, and there's a whistle and a foul. And this is going to be the fourth foul against Bowen. Just got that basket. On the night, I believe he has 8 points, if I'm correct. Ramirez with the first foul shot is no good. And who is going out? There's a little confusion. Yeah, Bowen's going out, all right. Jaime's staying in, or is he going out? Again, I think they put two people in there, kind of going back and forth. But I think we got it straight. No, Bowen's going to stay in, all right. It's kind of like, who's out, who's in? Was that like who's on first, who's on second? But Bowen will stay in, and Jaime goes out. And Ramirez will try for another free throw, and this one is all net. All net. So he gets, I believe, his third point of the night. And it's 36-24, Wildcats by 12. Clock running. Approaching 5:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Romo passing the ball around. Bowen sends it back up court to Aranda. Aranda almost loses it in front of his bench. Now ball knocked away by Cuello, goes out of bounds. I believe it's still going to be Weslaco East ball right by the scorer's table. Will be inbounded by Aranda. Gets it over to Romo. Romo has it. Back to Aranda. He's guarded. Now we'll get it back to Romo. And it's bounced off the leg of one of his teammates. And quickly up court, here comes Cuello. And he gets the basket. So he now has 14. Remember, he had a couple of turnovers there, back-to-back possessions. But now he gets his team on the scoreboard. Under 5 minutes remaining. Back to a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. 36-26. And ball will be lost inside that time. Trying to get it to Gomez. Back up court comes Vargas. He puts it up. Mario Vargas, a senior on the team, misses it, but he's going to be fouled. And we see we've got foul shots coming up. Also in the bonus now is the Lobos. And that is going to be the fifth foul against Bowen. So he goes out unofficially. I think he has 8 points. And we see Garriega coming in. Also Morero Mendoza, Jr. And now, okay, again, there's a little bit of confusion about who's in and out here, but let's see. We'll see who's in. But we do know who's shooting the foul shots. It's going to be Mario Vargas. He had a couple points in the first half. He is a senior. And the first shot is good. So I guess they wanted to make a substitution, but they couldn't do it till after the first foul shot. Now we got it straight. So Garriega comes in, and Reggie Gomez, sophomore post player, goes out. I believe he had 3 points in the first half. All right, second shot is up, and it is no good. 36-27. Shot put up. Missed. Couple tries for it. Still no good. One of them by, I believe, Romo. And finally the Lobos get it, and there's going to be a foul. Cuello is fouled. He'll be going to the foul line. And he is fouled by Aranda. So Bowen is fouled out for Weslaco East, and so has Barrera. B&B. And Cuello going to the foul line. Unofficially, he has 14. That last foul against Aranda, his second, team's 8th. So the visitors approaching double bonus when it gets to 10. First foul shot is good. And again, we've heard that Cuello has many nights of 30 points. He's halfway there right now, unofficially, with 15. He gets ready for his second shot. And it is good. You can see that he is a shooter, has a nice touch. 36-29, 7-point lead for the Wildcats. 4:16 remaining here in regulation. No pressure in the backcourt as we see Aranda gets it into his point guard, Romo. And Romo trying to work it up to midcourt. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. So 4:09 remaining in regulation. Wildcats leading 36-29. And again, I'm sure at this point, obviously, you never know with a guy like Cuello. He could just hit a lot of outside shots. But I think one of the things Coach Rodriguez wants to see for Weslaco East, obviously he doesn't want this to get down to a 1 or 2 point game, but he also wants to see good execution by his players. So I'm sure he's stressing that during this timeout. He wants to see crisp play both on offense and defense. Remember, already 2 of his players are out, so he's had to maybe readjust his rotation a little bit. 2 out due to foul trouble. And we'll see what will happen. We still have half a quarter to play. I do want to say that I'm enjoying this experience here at Weslaco East. First time I've ever called a basketball game here. First time I think I've ever seen the Wildcats play, at least in basketball. Seen them in football a number of times. So I'm definitely enjoying myself. And I'm glad to have this opportunity tonight. So ball is going to be inbounded. Teams are on the court. 4:09 remaining, clock running. Wildcats leading over the Lobos 36-29. And a drive in the lane. Shot is missed, but there's going to be a foul. Josh Contreras, a junior, shooting guard. Number 10 will be going to the line. And that foul against Jacob Romero, a senior. Number 4. And it's the third against him. And now Wildcats, they're in the bonus. 7 team fouls against the Lobos. So both teams are in the bonus for the remainder of the game. 4:01 remaining in regulation. And the first foul shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Second one upcoming. Again, nice turnout for what is allowable here tonight. Both teams represented by their fans. Good to see that. Few bounces, and the second foul shot is off the front of the rim, but it's rebounded by Garriega, and he is fouled. Nice hustle. We've seen him hustling all night. And remember, he had 10 points in the second quarter, and he's going to the foul line. And that foul is going to be against Mario Vargas, his third, team's 8th. First foul shot off the back of the rim, no good. Couple substitutions coming in for the Lobos. I know Angel Ramirez among those going off. I believe also Jacob Romero. Second free throw. Up. And it is good. It is good. Jacob Cortinas among those coming in. Quick run by Vargas, and it's blocked away. Whoa! Making a defensive statement that time, Jaime Garriga. We've talked about how he's done things on offense. Well, he's doing it on defense too. He knocked that ball out of bounds with authority. All right. Cuello inbounds it. And now ball being worked around the perimeter. And with it right now is Cuello. Cuello will work toward the lane. Spin move. Now puts it up, 3-point shot. It's short, and his teammate tries to save it, but can't quite get there. J.J. Hernandez, so the ball will go over to East. But I'm telling you, Garriega Not that many minutes, but when he plays, he makes the most. He gives the full effort. All right, this time, nice job working that ball down the lane. Nice passing. And Morero Mendoza gets the basket, now a steal. And we're going to have a whistle. By the way, it's back to a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. 39-29. 3:18 remaining here in regulation. And going to the foul line is Nacho Aranda. Ignacio is his name, but they call him Nacho. His first name is Ignacio. And that foul is going to be against J.J. Hernandez, his first, team's 9th. So one more foul, and the Wildcats will be in the double bonus, the remaining 3:18 of regulation. Wildcats have 18 fouls themselves. Free throw spins around and goes down. So that means another attempt coming up. Again, Aranda at the line. He had 5 points in the first half. So I'm trying to remember if he's scored so far. Has at least 7 in the game, obviously. And backcourt pressure being provided. But coming up court is Cuello, and he has a collision, and it's going to be a blocking foul. So Cuello will be going to the line. I mentioned I think he has about 15 points so far. Both teams 9 team fouls. And it's going to be 2 shots. There's a nice touch on that ball. First one all net. So 41-30 the Wildcats lead. 3:12 remaining in regulation. Bounces the ball, concentrates. And it's up, and it's good. Most of his free throws are all net. He definitely has the touch at the foul stripe. Quick transition, and it is in. Oh my gosh, Romo got a nice pass from Mendoza to complete it. And so it's now up to 43-31, under 3 minutes remaining here in the game. Weslaco East ahead. Now we have a double team, and a wild shot is put up no good by Cuello. And that was a nice double team down there by Contreras and Romo. At the other end, we have a whistle. So good defensive pressure. And now we see that Weslaco East, with 2:42 remaining, will be in the double bonus the remainder of the game. And we see a player has fouled out right now. Jacob Cortinas has fouled out for his team. And again, we'll see if there's going to be a lot of foul shots for the remainder of this game. We'll see if the Lobos put on a lot of pressure. Maybe they'll go to full court, whatever. Now, right now, the officials are talking. Talking at the scoreboard, I guess. Maybe seeing who's going to come in. Waiting for the substitution with the player that fouled out. So we see Angel Ramirez, the freshman, comes in for Cortinas. Also, I believe, Cortinas going over by the Weslaco East bench, as players will. And little fist pumps there. Show respect to his opponent. Being done for the night. First free throw is good. Romo had 2 points in the first half. Gets both free throws. So it's now a 14-point lead, 45-31. And I believe we just had another foul called. Was it Cuello that went down on the court hard? But he's all right. But he looked like he may have got maybe an elbow or something in the midsection. And that foul, let's wait and see. It's against Contreras. His first. Now both teams in the double bonus. And Cuello getting close to 20 points in this game. Probably has about 17 or 18. First shot off the rim. We talked about how nice his shots had been. I don't know if I jinxed him on that one, but for the most part, all net. Of course, remember, he just got shaken up now, so let's give him a little slack there. He may still be recovering from going down hard. Yeah, and that may be the case because that one spun out too. All right, pressure put on this time, but Weslaco East gets it into the front court. We'll see what they can do with it. Moving the ball around. Maybe trying to find an opening. And this time they finally do. So nice ball movement. And Moro Mendoza puts it up and in. 47-31. At the other end, a collision in the lane, and it's going to be a blocking foul, I believe. Or is it going to be an offensive foul? I believe it's going to be an offensive foul. All right, so that is going to be the fourth foul against Vargas. He'll get called for the charge. Now we see full court pressure by the Lobos. They don't do it that often, but again, late in the game. But that causes a nice one-on-one situation, but unfortunately, Gutierrez couldn't score on that attempt. And with the rebound is Ramirez. Back come the Lobos at the other end. Shot put up, rolls around, no good. Taken by Cuello. At the other end, here comes Aranda. Aranda does lay it up and in. So Aranda, 2 more points. I think he has about 9. 49-31 is the score. Only a minute 33 remaining. And we have timeout on the court. So right now, I want to thank my crew working with me here tonight, doing a nice job. I've worked with them over at Panthers games. Now get the opportunity to work with them here at Weslaco East. Our on-site producer tonight, very good videographer, does that a lot during football season, but tonight working as our on-site producer is Val Zamora. Appreciate his work and his effort tonight. And of course, the man with the plan when it comes to being our videographer, doing the camera work, getting those great shots. As usual, it's Vinny Berry. So I want to thank both these gentlemen. And of course, leading up the K-West staff, Carlos Robledo, I want to thank him. Mike Palacio, who makes sure I get all the things I need during the week, working with the K-West secretary. Mina Garcia, I'd like to thank them and all the rest of the staff that makes these broadcasts possible and does it in such style and in such a professional way. So, we have a minute 33 remaining. Ball is about to be inbounded by the Lobos, and Wildcats are leading 49-31. Vargas has the ball, being passed around. We see Ray Martinez in there, and there is a whistle. And it looks to be, is it a foul against the Lobos? We'll wait and see. Looks like an offensive foul. And it's going to be against Cuello, his third. Wildcats will bring it up. And driving in the lane, laying it up almost is Romo, not quite. Ramirez gets it for a moment. Now there's a fight for the ball on the floor. And are we going to have a jump ball? Or a timeout called? Yeah, timeout called, all right. By Weslaco East during that scrum there. I think that means they may retain possession. So we have a minute 5 remaining. 3 timeouts still for the Wildcats. Or maybe that was taken by, no, actually it was taken by the Lobos, so they took the timeout. So they have none left. And Weslaco East has 3. 1:05 remaining. Wildcats lead 49-31. Just a 30-second timeout. So we'll get back to action very quickly. And Again, I hear Iron Man. That's an old song. I guess in my age, it's good to hear stuff that is from your youth occasionally at sporting events. So we will see the Lobos inbound the ball. And they will have a little pressure back there. But again, basically letting them bring it up the court. As we're in the final minute of the game, long three-pointer, no good. Weslaco East has it. Romo will bring it up. Is he going to drive? Oh, he does. And give credit to Angel Ramirez for making a nice block. He had the size advantage and blocked the ball out of bounds. And I hear the Lobo fans saying, I think that's a freshman, recognizing Ramirez's fine play and his youthful exuberance. Did I say that word right? Always try to learn a new word every day, right? Okay, ball put up. Oh, what a job that time to get that basket. That was very nice. Nice moves over there. And now it's 51-31. 20-point lead. I believe that was by Escamilla. Oh, well, I guess they're going to call foul. Let's see here. All right. So at the basket is J.J. Hernandez. Puts up another shot, in and out. So misses both foul shots, but they do get the rebound, and I believe that was Cuello who put it in. No, it was actually Hernandez. And we are in the final 20 seconds of action. Ball is thrown in the backcourt, but Weslaco East keeps possession. And we see Romo taking a three-pointer off the mark, no good. Ramirez has it for a moment, knocked away. And it is going to be possession of the Wildcats. And a last-second shot put up the rim, no good by Escamilla. So that is the end of the game. And we see the Wildcats had led by 20 a moment ago, but they wind up with a 51-33 victory, a win by 18 points. And again, we see the Lobos remain winless. And Weslaco East improves to 6-4 in district action, 32-6A, 11-6 overall. So for Val Zamora and Vinny Berry, our on-site crew tonight, I'm Scott Harrison. Again, final score from Weslaco. The home team, the Weslaco East Wildcats, 51. And from Brownsville, the Lopez Lobos, 33. Stay safe and good night, everybody.